Kite Life is proudly brought to you by Cabrina. G'day and welcome to Kite Life, Australia's own 100% dedicated kiteboarding and kitesurfing television program. Now we travel the world to bring you the best riders and riding destinations the world has to offer. So settle back, relax and enjoy Kite Life. Final stop of the Pro Kiteboard Riders Association World Tour was held in Australia for the first time ever, featuring multiple disciplines, World Cup kiteboarding and kitesurfing. The event was held on the Golden Sand Beach of Queensland's world-renowned Gold Coast, bringing with it some of the best kiteboarders in the world. Competing for the first time on the world stage were many of Australia's top riders competing in the disciplines of World Cup Wave and World Cup Freestyle. First up was a World Cup Wave kitesurfing event featuring Australian riders Kitelife III, Stewie Martin, Michelle Blinkhorn, Michelle England, Scotty Johnson, Mike Walker, Lucas Hearn and heaps more. We took some time out with Mike and Scotty to see how they were gearing up for the comp and the conditions.
The waves, the set waves anyway, they were pretty decent size and lumpy faces, so I figured the advantage of having straps and having that extra control and extra power through the bottom and top turns would outweigh the disadvantage of not being scored so generously for aerials and that sort of thing. So yeah, I chose to take the straps and I guess it's helped.
The judging criteria has been pretty good. They're judging the strapless a little bit more with the aerials. I'd like them to judge a little bit more like strapless throughout the whole competition, but they seem to be pretty even. Yeah, made it to the round 3 yesterday, so pretty stoked with that. The conditions haven't been perfect, a little bit of rain here and there and not much wind, but we've still been able to get out there, so.
And here we have Mitu Montero from Cape Verde, whose riding can best be described as super technical, effortlessly smooth and three-dimensional. We move now into the freestyle. The conditions were right, and so all the boys and girls headed out there for some freestyle action. So you can see the guys with the different style boards, twin tip board busting out the more wake style moves, super powered, super clean, lots of rotations, lots of inverted handle passes, and yeah, going pretty large here as we see Yuri Zun with a broken rib still absolutely thrown down. These guys, yeah, awesome to watch. Taking the win for the final stop in the tour in the Open Men's was Tom Hebert from New Caledonia. Tom's riding was super powered, super technical, and super smooth. Congrats, Tom. Hot on Tom's heels was Spanish superstar Alex Pastor, and we took 5 with Alex to find out what life's like on tour as a pro kiter, how the Aussies rate on the world scene.
So Alex, where are you from?
I'm from Spain, Tarifa.
All right, and you've made it all the way over to Australia to compete in the PKRA, the final stop?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in New Caledonia, the stop before here, so yeah, I just travel to New Caledonia and from New Caledonia to here.
Okay, so I imagine the conditions back home in Spain must be quite different to what we've got here.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's really cold there and the winds are quite strong. Where I live is like one of the windiest places in Europe, so it's just really strong. Sometimes we have like 40, 50 knots, and right now it's quite cold, so yeah, pretty different, but still alright.
So you're loving the heat here down under?
Yeah, it's alright. A bit too warm right now. Still pretty good.
All right, well, we're looking forward to seeing you compete this weekend. You're currently ranking 3rd, but I believe that this event now can maybe be the decider whether you go 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm really close with Jurison. I've been ahead of him on the last event, so he just came ahead of me on the last on New Caledonia. So I just have to win from him on this one. I be 1 place ahead of him, and I'll be 2nd overall.
All right, Alex. So Andy Yates, currently sitting #1 world champion. What's it like competing against him?
I mean, the level has been pretty close for the whole year, and he has been just doing a bit better, and he's a bit more consistent than other riders. So he's just been doing good in every single competition, and he never had a bad competition, so that's what led him to the top place. I mean, competing against him could be as hard as competing against Yuri or it was against Kevin. You just have to do pretty good, and the one that does better is the one who wins normally. Sometimes you never know who's gonna win. So.
Let's have a look at some of the people representing Australia. We have Josh Porter, Simon Witchman, Kiahi D. Bodies, Marine Sudre, Ewan Jasmine, and Andy Yates.
Well, Australia, gives me great pleasure to introduce our newly crowned 2010 World Champion, Andy Yates. So I bet you're feeling pretty pumped right now being at the top.
Yeah, I worked, started this whole journey in April in Thailand, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I've just been competing at every event, and I've already tied up the world title before this last event on the Gold Coast. So I'm stoked, and I get to share it with everyone, and yeah, everyone's pretty stoked for me, so I'm loving that.
That's awesome. Well, you've had a lot of support from the Aussies, backing you the whole way, checking your progress right through, and I guess it takes the pressure off you that you don't have to totally nail this one to take out the title.
Yeah, it would have been maybe a little bit too much pressure. I mean, I compete better under pressure, but I think having to tie it up here and everyone watching me and everyone kind of wanting me to get the title would have been a little bit too much. So thankfully, and I feel so fortunate that I've already tied it up. I tied it up in New Caledonia where I won there, so after I won there, I'd done it. I'd done enough, sorted.
Final discipline hell was the Red Bull Carnicross, a downwind slalom race. Riders have to work their way down through a course, going both around and over various obstacles. And the rider who crosses the line first wins that race. Now don't go away, because right after the break we're going to show you how some of the best women in the world throw down.
I'm sitting with Michelle Blinkhorn, one of the local hidden talents from around this area. Now Michelle, you're from Lennox.
I am. It's sort of, Lennox is about an hour down the coast, but it's very similar conditions to here. So yeah, it's good to know the conditions. It sort of helps, a bit of an advantage.
Well, it obviously helped you in your heat yesterday because I saw you totally ripping it.
Yeah, I just decided to go out there, have fun, and tried to pick off one good wave to start with. Because it was a bit hard to stay upwind, so there was a chance I might have to run up the beach. So I got one good one in, came in, ran up the beach, and luckily I got a second one, so that helped me through the heat.
So how are you finding it riding against the best wave riders in the world?
It's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's the first time I've seen any women wave riders from different parts of the world, so it's great to compete against them and just see what the standard's like.
And are you impressed with the level? Is it like just a bar above the rest?
I don't know. I reckon we're all pretty even out there. It's who gets the best waves, and yeah, it's been hard for everyone because the conditions have been light. But we're all in the same boat, so yeah, we're all out there just trying our hardest, I guess.
That's great. And this is your first world tour?
It is. This is the first comp I've ever competed in, on the PKRA, and it's been great to have it close to home.
Here with Christine Bois, talking clinics and World Cup tour. So Christine, you've been doing some clinics with the girls, and then you've come on, brought them forward to compete. So how do you think the girls are going to line up in the competition?
Well, so far they've been doing really good. I think they were a bit nervous, but I'm really happy for them to be here at their first ever World Cup and the first ever World Cup competition in Australia. I think it's a big step for them, and hopefully they will continue competing in international competitions.
That's great. So we have Michelle England and Shannon Ducker with us. So girls, this is your first World Cup tour. Are you excited?
It's very exciting to be doing a competition of this level, and naturally nerves come into it.
Of course. And Shannon, what about you? How's your feelings and emotions going?
I'm super excited just to be able to compete in this type of an event. Being a mum with 2 kids, it's pretty awesome for me to get here and to see the girls that are just ripping it out there. It's really motivating, and it's pushed me to a new level, and I'm really keen to get out and try some new tricks and get myself a waveboard and actually get into wave riding as well. So yeah, it's good fun.
So Christine, the tricks and tips that you've taught them in the clinic, do you think that's going to help them?
Well, I hope so, but obviously still going into your first competition with this level, you know, you're being nervous, and I think you do make mistakes that you probably won't do later anymore when you're a little less nervous or a little more used to it. So I can only be there and try to guide them through the event and help them, you know, get rid of their nervousness and help them on the beach and support them. And then hopefully they will be doing as good as they can here and even better in the future.
Now don't go away, because there's plenty more kite life coming up right after this break. Well, with me now here is Bruna. Bruna, welcome to Kitelife.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here.
So now tell us about your World Cup this year, the whole 10 stops was it? How you went and your final result.
Yeah, this year was quite a long year. 10 stops is a lot. I had the pressure of being current world champion, so that influenced me a lot, and it was quite a rough year. At the beginning I had problems with equipment, problems with lots of things, flights, you name it, like any problem, it happened to me, and that I had a slow start. But I picked it up towards the end of the year, and I just won here at the Gold Coast, and the way it is now, yeah, I'm second on the World Tour, so I'm quite happy with that result. Looking backwards and seeing what I've been through, this is actually a very good outcome, so I'm quite happy.
Stoked. Well, we saw you riding. I saw a bit of you riding in Newcal. Actually landed blind and there was some guy standing in the water. What happened?
Oh my god, that was a local drunk guy. He's like very funny and he's cool, like he's not a problem or anything. But he was wandering on the middle of my heat. I had this blind side, like as soon as I turned around, there's like a person in my heat. And it was like a wall, like you can see in slow motion. Yeah. I go like boom, like it hurt so hard, and I didn't know what was happening until like 5 seconds afterwards. I'm like, oh my god.
But did you win the heat?
Yeah, I won the heat, and thank God nothing happened to the guy, because I was very worried for him. I went board first, right on his thigh. I mean, could have been something bad, but everything was fine, and that's what's important.
Standing back and watching kiteboarding, the women's freestyle component and the waves for that matter evolve over the last 3 years has been truly amazing, and you girls like really pushing it and going hard and riding powered and pulling off some really cool moves. It's brilliant to watch.
Yeah, that's actually my main goal. Like I've never thought about I want to be a world champion, I want to win. Of course that's a part of it, but my main goal is to push women's kiteboarding. When I started it was very slow. I think you remember, just back rows, nothing too exciting. And now we're pushing it to look nice, like do powerful stuff, proper things. And it's a pleasure to see that the sport is evolving and I'm evolving with it. So yeah.
What about girls sitting at home or sitting on the beach when their boyfriends go kiting and just thinking about it, not sure? What do you say to those girls?
I say you definitely have to give it a try. It's amazing. It looks quite hard, but it's not. If you have like proper classes, you go to school, which is very important, because it can be a bit dangerous at the beginning if you start by yourself or just with friends, you know. But it's healthy. When you're out there, it's just so much fun. It's very good for your body too, like you get really fit. So it's only positive things. I don't see why not.
But you don't have to be super strong. That's a common misconception I hear. Don't you have to be really strong to do it? I was like, no.
No, not at all. Like I'm not a strong person. I'm fit because I train, but I'm not strong at all. But you got my sister. She's a jewelry designer. Yeah. She sits in the computer like the whole day, and she goes out kiting. She's skinny as it gets, and she does fine. I mean, it's all about technique and knowing how to do it.
Yep.
I started kiting with 8 years old and competing with 10. Yeah, it's a really young age. And at the beginning, the girls were a bit laughing at me because I was very young. But after, when I started winning some competitions, they didn't like it at all. And now I think I have the respect of all the girls. That's really important, because I'm improving my riding with these cool tricks, and I think now it's very nice to be here in the tour. I think girls are improving her level, like Carolina or Asha Lidwin. They are riding very, very good with technical and power. And in my case, I think I do a pretty good job here in the competition, riding like nice, doing nice tricks. But right now I'm 16 years old, not super powerful, because I'm not like Carolina. Carolina has more power, but I think I'm pretty technical. But I hope when I'm 20 years old I can be like really, really powerful, doing nice tricks here. I started traveling with 10 years old, and I know so many different places, like here in Australia, it's the first time in the Gold Coast, or New Caledonia, Brazil, Venezuela, all the Europe. It's awesome to travel and to meet new people, or new places to kite, to ride with a big wave, or perfect places with flat water to do some freestyle. And yeah, it's perfect. But sometimes also it can be a bit tired, because it's very long to travel during all the tour, like 10 events, and like very continued one to the other. And sometimes it's hard because you get tired, but it's my dream is to be here and keep kiting and traveling because it's very nice.
Okay, we're here with Kari now. Kari, welcome to Kitelife again.
Thank you. It's nice to be here again.
Yeah. Tell us about your week here on the Gold Coast and the competition, and give us an overall competition wrap up.
Yeah, we started with rain and not so much wind, but we started the wave, so we did some heat the first days, fighting with the wave and the wind and everything. And then suddenly the sun came and we had really strong, nice wind for freestyle. I was a little bit sad that we didn't do the waves, but that's the competition. So we finished the single freestyle and it went really well. Everyone, I think, is happy. And then we started the waves again, but then the rain came and the wave drops. So, but Gold Coast showed us how good it could be this day. So I think we have just been a little bit unlucky with the weather.
Tell us about the results on the Gold Coast and then what that means for the World Cup standings for the PKRA for this year.
In the freestyle, Andy Yates comes second, but in the overall he won the world title here. So I think he's very happy because he's in the homeland. It's a dream for him. I wish it was me. And Tom Herbert from New Caledonia, he won here. So he was also super stoked because it was his first event winning. And we had Alberto Rondina from Italia on third, and I think he was aiming to third, so he was also really happy. In the girls, we had Bruna from Brazil, who took the first position here. She got second overall in the end, and Gisela got second from Spain. She's the world champion 2010 in freestyle, and then we have Carolina on the third position. But here it was Jalou Lange from Holland who got the third, and me four.
Okay. So for the men's we had Andy Yates for the overall PKRA, Andy Yates, Alex Pastor, Yuri Zun, and for the girls it was
Gisela, Bruna, and Carolina.
Perfect. Well, Kari, thank you for coming to Australia. We hope to see you smiling and back here again sometime very soon.
I will come back for sure. It's really nice here and all the people are so friendly, so I will be back. I feel like home here, so it's good.
Well, there you have it. That's all the action from the PKRA 2010 Kiteboarding World Tour. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get the wind conditions to get a result in the kite surfing titles. Who knows? Kiahi, me too, would have been great to see those guys battle it out head to head. Big props to Andy Yates, Australian Ripper, taking out the title for the first time ever. So, Aussie World Champion Kiteboarding. You! Yeah, Andy. That's it from us here at Kitani. We'll see you guys next week.